Right, folks, day 68, and it has been a very, very revealing day or epiphanies. I've had quite a bit of a few epiphanies. So when I said quite revealing, that's what I mean. I've had a few epiphanies. So I think the number one thing is to do with procrastination. I think if you're listening to this video, I think procrastination, you have a better clarity what it means when you are procrastinating. Some people call it fear, some people call it this and that. But I think what I learned today actually helps with a better understanding, an actionable understanding that could be acted upon. So we're trying to get to 50 students. We need 80 bookings. So we're coming up to mid-January. We're quite behind on that goal. But I do believe just having clarity. So the thing is about procrastination, certain things that we're not doing yet. I think, where you may think it's a motivational issue or motivation issue or procrastinating issue, your character and so on and so forth. But I truly believe procrastination is basically just all motivation. It's basically, I say truly believe, but I think this one is quite clear. So the first thing you got to do, you got to organize. You got to actually figure out what it is that you want. And once you figure out what it is that you want, you got to make sure that it's something that's clicked, it's in your mind, it's clicked, and it gives you desire and you get juiced by it. If not, then you just got to find the reasons why it will help you, that achieving that particular goal or objective will help you in all aspects of your life. What does it mean once you hit 50 students? For us, what does it mean? What is it gonna entail, and so on and so forth? What is it gonna do for us? You gotta ask that question until you start feeling juiced. So that's the number one step. So figuring out what it is and making sure that your brain actually is activated and juiced by that thought or by the thought of achieving that goal. And then you must have a clear path towards that goal. So a clear path, not meaning like every single turn along the way, but the big landmarks or the clearest path possible. So when you're thinking about your goal, so you figured out your goal, but thinking about where you are right now and actually getting to that goal, you must remove the blurriness and resistance within that path, and not be like, oh yeah, I'll just go, I'll do this and I'll do that. But do I really understand that? I don't really know. But yeah, no, you have to, wherever resistance that comes into your consciousness, you must tackle that and ask questions in a scenario or in a situation where you get rid of that, you bring clarity on that fogginess, blurriness, or any resistance that you have along that path. Okay, and once you figure that out, then the second thing that will cause you to lose motivation or procrastinate is certain resistance. So say if we want to hit 50 students, and then we're like, okay, but we may need to do email marketing. So that's a foggy, a blurry, that's a resistance. I don't know how to do it. I can't really write emails, whatever. So what you got to do is learn, pick up the skill of and getting bookings. So how would I get bookings with email marketing? Look that up, find the answer, come up with my own hypothesis or my belief, and then what actions I'll need to take. And then as I'm doing it, observe, look back, and then act upon it. Act upon those goals, or act upon those experiments, and then your path is clearing up. So that's just the resistance is basically the same thing as the ultimate goal. You're really just clearing up the path on that, because if you don't do that, then you'll find yourself procrastinating or quote unquote losing motivation. That's how you'll register it. But just by doing that, will bring clarity, and your brain, your mind will act upon clarity. The clearest, the most loudest thing that's clear to your mind, that's what it would act upon. So if your goals are not clear and the path to it is not clear, then the next thing that's the loudest and easiest and the obvious and the clearest will win. So that could be scrolling on social media. Watching Netflix is pretty clear. Just click on it, press, and so on and so on. So user-friendly, all this user-friendly technology that's around us now, just getting even more user-friendly and more easier to use, or what you call in cognitive biases, it's the availability bias. So it's easily available to you. That speaks volumes, and that will take your attention. That will cause you to procrastinate. So yeah, that was the huge epiphany today. Hope that helps, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 68.